Very good. Thank you for being here. For debate, for the sake of all the beings. We always need a good motivation, a critical mind with good heart and good humor. That's very important. Thank you so much. So last time we debated on some exercises, if you remember well, and we had a few left. I'm checking in this. Oh, yes, yes, yes. We had red is it, and it is red. So what do we mean when we say it? Yeah, it can be like, for instance, it follows that the subject red is impermanent. Yes, it follows that the subject red is a phenomenon. Yeah, so in that case, red is it. It means impermanent, existent, phenomenon, and so on. Yeah.
So
Always, always.
no, so should we in the debate, is there a way to ask for clarification?
Yes, yes, we can say, I have doubt. I have doubt about the subject, yeah?
Okay.
Yes. So we could say in Tibetan, "Tetsomsa," there is doubt.
Okay.
So, going back, I'm sorry. So when we say it, that means impermanent, existent.
It can mean that,
Can
not
mean.
necessarily. It can mean that. And when we say it is red, for instance, is the color of a red cloth red?
Yes. Yeah, I
Yes.
accept.
So if we say it follows the subject, the color of a red cloth is red. So in that case, it is red. It means the color of a red cloth.
It. Yeah, like in regular English, it, that.
Yes.
It like that. It like
Yes,
in the sense of that.
exactly.
But then you say that sometimes it means impermanent.
Yes, it could mean if we say it depends. Yeah, that's why there is a debate. When we say if we compare it is red and red is it. So do we have 3P, 4P, equivalent, contradictory?
So like someone asked right now that, can we ask for clarification? So when we say it is red, the first part, are we meaning that is red?
Yes.
And when we say red is it, I think we're referring to the red. Red
Yeah.
is it, yes or not?
We refer to what red is.
In the second part, what red is?
Exactly. So if we compare it is red and red is it, can we find a common base? Like it would be, a common base would be it, which is red, and red is it. Like for instance, just to check, it follows that the subject red is impermanent. Yeah, you agree? Okay, so in that case, red is it. It means impermanent. But now, impermanent, is it red? Is the subject impermanent red?
No.
No, exactly. So in that case, impermanent, red is it, but it is not red. So it is not a common base between the two.
Okay.
That's complicated, no?
No common base. So red, no common base between red is impermanent and impermanent is red.
Exactly, yeah, because impermanent is not red. So in that case, impermanent is not it in each case.
Interesting.
This one is tricky, very tricky.
But it's very interesting. Red, we can say red is it, which is in this case, it would be impermanent.
Yes.
But then impermanent, in this case, red is impermanent, but impermanent is not red. They're contradictory. I'm just repeating to
Yes.
myself.
Okay. Yes. Okay, for instance, if we say the subject suitable to be a red hue, is it a common base between the two? Red is it and it is red? Non, faut tu avais dit?
I would say equivalent, but I know I'm completely wrong because of what you just explained. Because you said,
Yeah.
you know, you're when we say red, you clarify that that means suitable to be a red hue, isn't it?
Yes, yes.
So
So,
suitable to be a red hue is it, and here it is
exactly.
impermanent. Is here
Yeah.
it the red, or is it here the it impermanent
Oh,
in
so
red?
in that case, we put aside impermanent. Yeah, we say like
Okay.
this is suitable to be a red hue. Can we put it instead of
Red is it? Oh, red is it. It's red.
Yes,
Okay.
red is suitable to be a hue.
And when we say red is it, is that it is the red. Okay. So here is the red.
suitable to be a red hue.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
For
then
instance,
we say,
if we say it follows that the subject suitable to be a red hue is red.
okay.
Yes. So suitable to be a red hue, it is red. Yeah, it is red. So
Okay,
you
okay,
replace
okay.
it by suitable to be a red hue.
Okay. And in the
Yeah.
second it, in the
Yes.
second it is red. That it is also suitable to be a red hue, or
Yes, in that case, it is both. So it is a common base. It is
Oh.
red, and red is it. Red
Then
is suitable to be a red hue, and suitable to be a red hue is red.
it's equivalent.
So if we say suitable to be a red hue, it's a common base between the two. Red is it, and it is red.
Oh, so if it's a common base, then that means that there's different illustrations for each one.
Yes. So
Oh.
it means that red is it and it is red are not contradictory because there is an
Mhm.
illustration of something which is both. Yeah, suitable
Mhm.
to be red hue is red and red is it.
And the common base is the suitable to be a red hue.
Yes, very good.
Okay, okay. I'm very slow, so
No
sorry.
problem.
So to be a red hue. And then, so red is it. Red is it is red. So the illustration of the first one is red.
Yes, we could say yes, red is it, okay. It could be red, red is red.
Mhm. And then it is red. What is an illustration of it is red?
So it would be red, red is red.
Oh, like, okay, goodbye.
So it's another
Done.
illustration, yeah. It's another illustration of something which is both.
So
Red
then
is
why
red.
are not, sorry, I'm taking the
So
class.
now, can we find it is red, which is not red, is it? Ah, can we find something which is red, but red is not it?
The color of a red apple?
Yes, very good. The color of a red apple is red, but red is not the color of a red apple. Because red is the generality. So red can be the red color of a cloth, the red color of a fruit, but it's not them, yeah? It's a generality. So red is not the color of a red apple, but the color of a red apple is red, exactly. So it's something which is A and not.
Red it is, and oh, okay. So the first it, red is it, is the it is directed to the red. But in the second one, it is red, that it is referring to something that is not
Yes,
red.
very good. Yes, when we say it is red, like for instance, is the color of a red sky red?
Grammatically, it is red.
Exactly. The color of a red cloth is red. Yes, the color of a red apple is red as well. So those are instances of red. They are red, but red is not them.
This second one, there are instances. It is red is an instance.
Yes. Like the color of a red carpet, the color of a red, apple, the color of a red fruit. There are instances of red, so they are red. Yeah, but red is not them.
Mhm.
So red is sort of like a generality of red.
Yes, exactly. It has to be a generality of red or something equivalent. Like we said before, you know, suitable to be a hue. Red is suitable to be a hue. So in that case, suitable to be a hue is not the generality of red because they are equivalent. But yes, usually speaking, we can say that red is it. It can mean red is form, red is impermanent, red is a phenomenon, and so on. Yeah? So they can be the generalities of red, exactly.
Ah, okay. Okay.
So impermanent, like red is impermanent, and that impermanent is a generality of red.
Yes, exactly. And
But
impermanent is not red.
Mhm.
So it's something which is B, but not A. Yeah, red is it. It is impermanent, but it is not red. Impermanent is not red.
Mhm. Mhm. That I get.
Yes, very good. So at the very start, it's counterintuitive when we speak about red is it, it is red. It's difficult to see what we mean. But now I guess you see what we mean. So in other words, we could say that anything that is both red is it and it is red has to be equivalent with red. Because there is the co-extension. Yeah. If it is suitable to be a red hue, it has to be red. And if it is red, it has to be suitable to be a red hue. So this is a common base between it is red and red is it.
So it's not 4P, it's
It
it's,
is
it's
OP.
then, but you're just saying that
Yeah, something which is both is suitable to be a red hue. Yeah, it's a common base between red is it and it is red. Yeah. Then we could have something which is red is it, but it is not red. For instance,
it is not red. Okay.
what could it be?
Impermanent.
Yes, impermanent. Red is impermanent. So red is it. But it is not red. Impermanent is
Sorry.
And
Wow,
so when
fantastic.
it is red, it's actually we're referring to the instances of red. For example,
Yes,
apple is red, or
yes.
my dress is red, something like that.
Yeah, the color of an apple, yeah, or the color of a dress. Yes,
Okay, then.
exactly. That's
So
fantastic.
how do we know what the challenger is talking about when he uses it? Because
So,
red is
yeah,
it is referring to the red, but red is it might be referring to impermanence or whatever,
exactly.
know,
So that's why
characteristic.
the defender can choose. It can refer to anything. So if it can refer to anything, then you have to choose if red is it and it is red are equivalent, contradictory, 3P or 4P.
And the challenger, the defender will clarify saying, something like, I'm using it as impermanent, or I'm using it
Yes, exactly.
as the color of the cloth.
Yes, if for instance, the challenger is asking you, it follows you can posit something which is A, not B. It is red, but red is not it. Yeah, it is red, but red is not it. For
It would
instance,
be impermanent.
no,
Impermanent. Oh,
no, because red is impermanent. Yeah? So it could be the color of a red cloth. The color of a red cloth is red, but red is not it. Red is not the color of a red cloth because it is its generality. And if I ask you what can you find which is B and not A, red is it, but it is not red, then you can say impermanent. Because red is impermanent, but impermanent is not red. Tricky, very tricky. So it's quite rare to debate about that, but I remember that Venerable Losel taught us that specific point, you know, to check the coextension. It is red, red is it. Then you can try to find what means it. Yeah. So depending on what means it can be, you know, you can have a common base, you can have A not B, B not A, and something which is none of them.
So I have a question. Color of a red cloth is not red. I want to understand, you know, the color of the red cloth is not red.
Is red.
Okay, then I'm wrong. Yes, it is red. I thought
But
it was
red,
not red.
red is not it.
Red is not. Yeah, okay. Red is not it. Red is not it. We are referring in this case to red is not the color of the red cloth.
Exactly.
Because red is a generality, and I'm just repeating myself this morning, because red is a generality and color of a red cloth is something else. And in my mind, it's different because it's a different name and a different concept.
Yes.
Red and color of the
Yes.
red.
Exactly. The color of the red cloth is an instance of red. But red, the generality itself, is none of its instances.
Thank you. I'm sorry, I don't want to keep the class back.
No, no problem. Of course, we haven't studied yet the generalities and instances in that season, yeah. So that's why it can be a bit awkward. But yes, we will go into that, yeah. I hope that today we will go into phenomenon existent and generality. Generally character as phenomena and specifically character as phenomena. We'll try to see the list today if we have time, yeah. Then we can enter into the hardcore philosophy. Okay. So, do you remember what we said? What can be the illustration of something which is both? Red is it, and it is red.
Suitable to be a hue.
Yeah, suitable to be a red hue.
A red hue.
Yes, because suitable to be a hue, red is it, but it
It's a
is not
color.
red.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So it follows that the subject suitable to be a hue is red. Sorry.
Why?
The suitable to be a red hue is red. Yeah.
Accept.
Okay.
Accept.
And it follows that the subject red is suitable to be a red hue.
Accept.
Okay, very good. So it follows that it is a common base between red is it and it is red.
Accept.
Very good, fantastic. So now, if we say 4P, you can posit something which is A, not B. Red is it?
Red is it and it is not red.
Yes.
That the color of a brown table. No.
It follows that the subject red is the color of a brown table.
No, we're saying something that is neither.
Yes, exactly. This one is neither. It's something.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, it follows that it is. Say it again.
Yeah, red is it, but it is not red.
And the one that is neither is the brown color, the color brown of a table.
Exactly. But now if we check an illustration of something which is A, not B, red is it, but it is not red.
Red.
It follows that red is not red.
Why?
Because you say it is an illustration of something which red is it, but it is not red. Okay. Red is it, and it is not red. What could it be?
But it is not red.
And
To
it was,
impermanence.
yes.
Yes, impermanent or phenomenon or selfless. Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
exactly.
We're using the word not. Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Or color.
Color, yes, exactly. Color, it works. Very good. Red is a color, but color is not red. Fantastic. Wow. Very good. So it is A,
Wait,
not B.
how
Yeah.
can selfless come in there? I don't understand.
Yes, because red is an instance of selfless. Otherwise, red would be a self or would have a self.
Red is just a characteristic of something.
Yes.
It's not a, I'm confused between objects and characteristics because object is phenomena that can have no selfhood.
Oh,
But
oh.
no,
Yes, because yes, Paraviji, maybe because you mean that for the Sotrantika there is no selflessness of phenomena. Yeah, for the Vaibhashika and the Sotrantika, there is no selflessness of phenomena. If it is a selflessness, it is necessarily the selflessness of the person. But still, red is the selflessness of the person because it is not an object of use of a self-sufficient substantial self. Like if we say, if there is no Santa Claus, there is no car of Santa Claus. If Santa
okay,
Claus doesn't exist, Santa Claus doesn't have any car. Yeah, so if Santa Claus doesn't exist, his dress is not red. The color of his dress is not.
okay,
Yeah.
okay,
So
okay.
red is not the color of the dress of Santa Claus. So here, because there is no self-sufficient substantial self, there is no red, which is an object experienced by that self-sufficient substantial self.
Got it.
So that's why red is selfless.
Okay.
Very good.
Not by itself, but red is selfless, not by itself, but when it is, you know, connected to the person.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes, exactly.
Today I'm repeating myself.
Because there is no self for the person, there is no, we could say, substantial me, there is no substantial mind, and there is no substantial object that I use. Yeah. So that's the same process here for the Sotrantika. For the non-prasangika, if it is the selflessness of the person, it's necessarily the self-sufficient substantial self, which is negated. Yeah. For the non-prasangika. Yeah. For the prasangika, if we speak about the selflessness of the person, it can be the absence of inherent person. And this selflessness of the person is never for table, is never for red, for the prasangika. If we say red is empty of inherent existence, that is the selflessness of phenomena. But for the other schools, if we speak about the self-sufficient substantial self, which is negated, then it's necessarily the selflessness of the person. And it is the selflessness of the person of red. Wow, very good. So it follows that the subject red is selfless, but selfless is not red. Easy. It follows that selfless is not red. Selfless is not red because
Selfless is the
it's blue.
because selfless could be any object.
Because selfless is permanent. Yeah, it's a mere absence. Yeah. So because it is permanent, it cannot be red. Yeah, we could say. Yeah, does it work? So selfless is permanent, but if it is selfless, it's not necessarily permanent. Yeah, like animal. Animal in Hindi, Janwar is masculine, but if it is an animal, it's not necessarily masculine. Very good. Okay. So we had something which is A and B, suitable to be a red hue. We have something which is A, not B, red is it, but it is not red, so impermanent. Then we have something which is B, not A. Yeah, it is red, but red is not it. So what was it?
We said that it was like impermanent.
That's the other one.
Oh,
The other one, yeah. Red is it, but it is not red. Yeah, red is it, red is impermanent, but it is not red. Yeah, impermanent is not red. But now if we say it is red,
If-
red is not it.
Color of a monk's robe. The red color
Yes, very
of a
good.
monk's.
Yes, the color of a monk's robe in the Tibetan tradition, or maybe Burmese tradition as well. Yes, exactly. So it is the color of a red cloth, so it is red, but red is not it. Red is not the color of a cloth.
yeah.
But this is very tricky because we're bouncing back and forth between an object and the characteristic.
Yes,
And it's
exactly.
okay to do that?
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, that's the way to use our critical mind and to check, okay, yes, the color of a red cloth is red, but red itself, the generality red is nothing, it is something, it is suitable to be a red hue, but it is none of its instances. Yeah,
Okay.
very good. So now the something which is neither, it's easy, as we said before, yeah, it is not red and red is not it. Yeah, the color of a brown table. Yeah, it was this illustration, you remember?
Agree.
Okay, very good, fantastic. So we have 4P. Wow, wow, wow. Okay.
It is red.
So of course you can do some exercises if you wish for next Monday. You could like impermanent is it, and it is impermanent. Or table is it, and it is table, and so on. If you want to get crazy. Okay, very good. So 4P. Now we
So
have different. Yes,
I have a question. I have a
yes,
question.
please.
So the first one that we did is red is it and it is red.
Yes.
And then we did it is red, like exactly the contrary. It is red and red is not it. Oh, it's different.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Now I get it. Yes. No.
Very
There's no
good.
question. There's no question.
Very good, Lucio. Yes, that's fantastic. Okay. Okay, very good. So, so of course, when we say it, then it can be X, like in mathematics. Yeah, X is red, red is X. Yeah, that's the same process exactly. Okay, so now we have different from permanent and impermanent. It follows that you can posit the definition of impermanent. Who has the definition of impermanent?
Changing moment to moment, momentary change.
Yes, momentary. Welcome, Maria. We are debating the second debate that we had in the samples in the WhatsApp. So red is it and it is red. We found 4P and now we have different from permanent and impermanent. And the definition of impermanent is momentary. Momentary changing, yeah? Very good. And it follows that you have the definition of permanent. Yes.
Phenomena that is not momentarily changing.
Yes, very good. A phenomenon which is not momentary changing, yeah? Or a common base between phenomenon and non-momentary, yeah? That's another definition, but a phenomenon which is not momentary, that's okay. Yeah, we understand what it means, yeah? Okay, very good. So now you can posit yes, please.
I'm sorry. First of all, apologize. I lost again the difference of the time, so I need to reschedule. But a question that is related also to the discussion in the WhatsApp group
Yeah.
about the time definition of time and the phenomena. So,
Mhm.
and the momentary. This depends whether that is, in the current, I don't know, life versus what moment means for our perception. And this has to do with valid perception that has to do with phenomena versus versus time that goes across eons. Just for the
Mhm.
boundary, it is
Mhm.
phenomenon valid perception in this time.
Yes, time. So it depends when we say time. Time. I don't remember if there is a definition of time. I should check. But usually when we speak about time is the duration. And time is a continuum, yeah? Like we have a day, an hour, a month, and so on, yeah? And a cosmic era, and so on. Okay, so time is a duration. And we can say that this continuum is made of parts. So those parts can be long, like a year, and so on. And the shortest part is a partless moment for
Correct.
the Vaibhashika and the Sautrantika, yeah? Especially for them, and also, I guess, for the Chittamatra as well. But for the Madhyamaka, that would be difficult to accept that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I fully
So,
understand.
yeah.
It relates to the definition of instance that he was
Yes,
discussing in the chat.
exactly.
Definition. And that is why, and I'm sorry for, again, apologies for interrupting, but it's
No
important for
problem.
me to put the boundaries and understand that.
Yes, and even that instant, yeah, like that moment, like kshana in Sanskrit. Kshana can mean the smallest instant, or it can mean the instant that a phenomenon needs to be established. Like,
Correct.
for instance, if you want to build a house, then the production of the house endures quite a long time. Yeah, so the moment that the house needs in order to be established is quite long. But otherwise, if we mean the partless moment, then kshana, this is the very, very smallest part of time, then it is indivisible.
Because that has to do with permanence and impermanence. That's why I'm going
Yeah.
to that. Because
Yes,
something
exactly.
that is impermanent, it is within its instance, within its time, as long as you can spread the time, but it's relative and can be permanent if this instance is, one, it's part of its continuum.
So it would mean that an impermanent continuum is made of permanent instances.
No, would mean that the one is a time definition. So it's without the selflessness.
Yes.
Sorry, but I'm
Like
just
if we
trying
say
to connect the different points.
if we say the smallest part of a continuum of time is permanent, then the continuum of time is made only of permanent parts. So
No,
how
those
the
are the
continuum could
instances of the continuum. There's a difference between
yes,
the continuum and the instance of the continuum.
yes, exactly. So if we say the instances of the continuum are permanent, how the continuum could be impermanent?
No, the instances are impermanent, but within the instance,
Yes,
you have the
within
impermanence. If
within
you then change the time, and then that's why I
yeah,
say, what's the definition of time? Is it
yeah,
for the continuum or is it for the instance?
it is both.
And it's related because that what is for me still unclear between the selflessness,
Yeah,
right? Because there is also the self, which is
yeah.
an entity, and selfless, which is an attribute, right? So we need to distinguish between the two.
Yeah.
And then when we go and we say the selflessness has the selfless is an instance of the selflessness,
Yeah.
which is two different. The one is entity, the one is characterization, the other. The one is a permanence and the other one is impermanent. That's why that's where I'm going. And I'm trying to
So
understand better. And again, sorry, team, if you think that this is too, I
no,
stop
that's
there.
okay. Yeah, so selflessness is permanent. And if it is selfless, it's not necessarily permanent, but it doesn't mean that it has to be impermanent. Yeah. For
Right.
instance,
Because they're,
existent.
yeah,
Existent is selfless, but existent is permanent. Yeah.
yeah,
But it can be like the person is selfless and the person is impermanent. So selflessness is permanent, but if it is selfless, it can be permanent or impermanent. It depends.
that I understand. I'm just
Good.
asking for the instance of the selflessness, which is part
Yeah.
of our life. So each one of us are instance in each life of our selflessness,
Yes.
right? So in that respect, our time is our, life, which is, it's part of the continuum of samsara, of the eons.
Okay.
And our selflessness is permanent because it's empty of any characterization of any, but our instances, which is a reflection of, of what, of, whatever, an entity, a reflection of the selflessness. There's a distance between them. They are not, the one is not part of the other. It's actually the opposite. The selflessness is part of the self, of the
Yeah,
instance, right? So it's opposite.
Yeah.
That is impermanent.
Yeah, we could say that the person is selfless. Yeah. So we could not say that the person is a selflessness because selflessness itself is permanent.
Right.
Yeah, that's a characteristic,
Right.
the main, the
Correct.
general characteristic. And the person is selfless, but still the person is impermanent. Exactly. And
Correct.
that selfless, which is the person, is an instance of
Exactly.
selflessness. Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's perfect. Exactly.
But the
it
time
means
then is two different there are then two different
Yeah.
definitions of time.
Yeah,
Because
for
then
the
the
time.
one cannot be part of the other, because then it's
Yeah, we can say that any instant of time is a part or an instance of the time, the general time. Yeah, that works. Yeah,
same thing
time.
with the selflessness and the self.
Yes, exactly. But each time, which is a continuum and time which is an instance of that continuum are impermanent. Time is always impermanent when it is the present time. For the Sotrantika, the past and the future times are permanent, but the present time, when we say
Exactly.
time, generally speaking, it means the present time. It has to be impermanent.
Exactly. It's the same thing with the selfness, which is impermanent, and the self, which
Selflessness
is
is permanent, yeah?
selfness, the selfless, no, sorry, not the selflessness, the selfness.
The selfness. What
The
means the
selfness,
self?
this is the old, so ultimate, yes, the selfness, or not, how is it called? Not the quality, but the entity, so the entity, so our internal self.
Okay, so
Which is selfless.
yes. So here, when we speak about selflessness, what does it mean?
Means that we don't, so our kind of existence doesn't have a self, it's kind of universal. There is no self. The self is an instance of the selfless, of a selfness. So our
Okay.
ultimate, whatever our ultimate across, the one that goes from samsara to the from life to life.
Okay. So when you mean selfness, you mean just self, the self. Self is a generality, and
Right.
each one of us is an instance of that self. Yeah, we
Exactly.
are a conventional self, an imputedly existent self.
Exactly.
So
That's what
this work. Yeah,
I'm just
self,
using two different names. Yes.
Okay. Self, person, and I are equivalent. Yeah, so the person is impermanent. The self, which exists, the imputedly existent self, is impermanent as well.
Exactly. Exactly.
Very good. And the generality self itself is impermanent.
Right, because it
all
consists.
its instances are made of impermanent selves. Very
Good.
good. Okay. Fantastic. So now if we say, okay, what was it? Impermanent and different from permanent. Wow.
Impermanent and different from
from permanent. From
Oh, it's
permanent.
because you said impermanent and permanent. Maybe I heard wrong. And different.
I guess
I
that
think
the impermanent and permanent too easy, no? What is the answer?
for you, according to what I see, it's
Yeah, if we
for
say
E
impermanent
with
and
that with
permanent, can
it's
you find a
for
common
E
base?
an established base or an existent.
Can you find a common base between impermanent and permanent?
No,
No.
but
So
but
that's why permanent and impermanent would be too easy for you, for all of you. It's too easy, it's contradictory. That's why I choose something a bit more tricky, yeah? Different from permanent and impermanent. What did you say, Rocio, about the established base?
no, it was for another thing.
Okay. So here, if we compare different from permanent and impermanent,
Can something that is not existent be impermanent?
cannot be. Cannot be. Cannot even be different from permanent.
Right. So it has to be a phenomenon.
Yes, exactly.
So that's a common base.
So phenomenon could be a common base. It follows that the subject phenomenon is impermanent. It is.
Sorry, yes, opposite. And it's different from impermanent.
It follows that the subject phenomenon is impermanent.
And it's different
Okay.
from permanent.
It follows that the subject phenomenon is not impermanent because it is the appearing object to thought consciousness.
Yes.
Yeah, phenomenon is permanent because many instances of phenomena are impermanent and many others are permanent. So phenomenon itself is permanent. It's not a common base between different from permanent and impermanent. That can be a
But it has
common base.
that's why it has to be existent. So
Yes, exactly.
existent.
I accept.
Existent is the common base, not the phenomenon. That's what I meant. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's a common characteristic. It's not a common base. A common base is at the same time impermanent and different from permanent. But phenomenon is not impermanent. It's a common characteristic. It's a generality of them, but it's not a common base. Yeah, a common characteristic is for instance, we are both human beings, but human being is not a common base between ourselves because there is no common base. Yeah, something which is at the same time Maria and Christophe, it's impossible.
Human.
Human, it follows that the subject human is Maria.
Yeah, and it's
Oh,
also
human is Maria, so it follows that if we are human, we are Maria.
in a way, yes, because it's a part of self.
It follows that I am you.
Yeah, not you are me. We both belong to the same.
Ah, that's very different. Like for instance, we have those two books, yeah, they have a common characteristic. They have many common characteristics, book, impermanent, existent, and so on, yeah. But none of those characteristics is at the same time those two books because there is nothing which can be those two books. Yeah, even book itself is not that book, and book itself is not this book. So book itself is none of them because there is no common base between the two. They are contradictory. Yeah.
As a phenomenon,
But,
not as a characteristic. Yeah, okay.
yes, phenomenon is a common characteristic, but it is not a common base. A common base is a phenomenon which is both at the same time, yeah? Okay, so what can be both at the same time impermanent and different from permanent?
Existent or
Oh,
established base.
it follows that the subject existent is impermanent.
Accept.
Oh, so it follows that the subject existent is not a permanent generality. Accept?
Why?
Ah, why? Okay. It follows that the subject existent is a permanent generality.
Accept.
And it follows that if it is permanent, it cannot be impermanent.
But if it is existent, it can be impermanent or impermanent.
If it is existent, but the subject existent itself is existent, yes. But if existent itself is permanent, but if it is existent, it's not necessarily permanent. Yeah, exactly. So you need to posit something which is existent, but not existent itself.
An apple.
An apple, very good. The subject apple. It follows it is impermanent.
Accept.
It is impermanent because?
Because it's momentarily changing.
Okay, it follows that if it is momentarily changing, it's necessarily impermanent.
Accept.
Very good. And the subject apple is different from permanent.
Accept.
Yes, it is different from permanent because?
It's an apple. It's not the term permanent.
Yes, because it is not permanent.
Mhm.
Very good. It follows that if it is not permanent, it's necessarily different from permanent.
Accept.
It follows
If
that
it's
the subject horn of the rabbit is not permanent.
It's not existent.
Yes, it's not permanent, so it's not, yeah, the subject horn of the rabbit is not permanent, but is not different from permanent.
so a phenomena that is.
Yes, very good. Yes, if it is a phenomenon which is not permanent, it's necessarily different from permanent.
So a phenomenon that is an apple. Is that how we say it?
Yes, you could say apple is different from permanent because it is a phenomenon which is not permanent.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
If you
yes,
add
yes.
phenomenon, that's good. Yeah. If you don't add phenomenon, then we could say, okay, it follows that if it is not permanent, it has to be different from permanent.
Okay.
Then the blue unicorn is not permanent, but still is not different from permanent. Very good. So it follows that if it is a phenomenon which is not permanent, it's necessarily different from permanent.
Accept.
Very good. So the apple is at the same time impermanent and different from permanent.
Accept.
Very good. So it is a common base. So they are not contradictory. Fantastic. Okay. So we discarded one option. So now are they equivalent? 3P, 4P?
It's 4P with something that is neither.
4P, which without anything being neither. Okay.
Or
Okay.
with an existent.
Okay. Okay. So, okay.
Oh, no. For different from impermanent. An impermanent and different from permanent. Something that is neither. It has to be something that is non-existent.
Okay. So, is it
A form of
4P?
to me is 4P.
4P. Okay.
Because we have a common locus, isn't it?
Okay.
Isn't it the
Yes,
apple, the
we
common
have-
locus?
Yes, we have a common base. Apple is a common base. Yeah, we are sure about that. We have a valid cognition ascertaining that.
So
Very
then
good.
we need something that
Now,
is
if you say
impermanent.
4P, can you posit something which is impermanent but not different from permanent?
That is impermanent and not different from impermanent.
Yeah,
Impermanent.
Something which is B but not A. Yeah, something which is impermanent but not different from permanent.
That is impermanent. Impermanent.
Okay, it follows that the subject impermanent is not different from permanent.
Okay. Why?
Okay, it follows that the subject impermanent is different from permanent.
Accept.
Okay, it's hard. Finished. Okay, so it follows that the subject impermanent is not an illustration of something which is impermanent but not different from permanent.
Accept.
Okay, so can you posit an illustration if you say 4p between an illustration which is B not A, which is impermanent but not different from permanent?
The term impermanent, like impermanent itself.
Impermanent itself. It follows that the subject impermanent itself is not different from permanent.
It's a generality, and generalities are permanent.
Ah, really? Okay. It follows that the subject impermanent is not a generality because it is impermanent. Okay, no problem. So can you posit an illustration of something which is B not A, which is impermanent, but not different from permanent?
My brain is fried, so someone else has to take the defender seat.
Yeah, so it has, yes, please.
I have two questions. I would put it equivalent and not for P, but I also have the common base is phenomenon, and permanent and impermanent are not, they are description of phenomenon, but they're not phenomenon. Again, the same thing, like existent and exist, So I
Yeah.
have an issue with that to accept the logic that is happening now.
Okay, so do you agree that we have the broadest category, which is selfless?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because we say if it exists or not, it has to be selfless. Yeah, because how not the rabbit doesn't exist, so it doesn't have a self, and it is not a self, so it is selfless anyway. So whether it exists or not, it is selfless. Now, if it exists, it has to be permanent or impermanent. Yeah, do you agree with
Correct.
that?
Yes.
There is no third possibility. Yeah, it
Right.
has to be, if it exists, it has to be permanent or impermanent. Yeah.
Correct.
So because existent itself exists, it has to be one of them. So it is permanent,
Mhm.
existent itself, the generality existent. But
Yes.
as we see here, if it exists, it's not necessarily permanent because we said if it
Right.
exists, it has to be permanent or impermanent.
Correct.
Very good. Okay, so existent exists and existent is permanent, but if it exists, it's not necessarily permanent.
Correct.
It can be impermanent. Very good. So existent itself is not at the same time permanent and impermanent.
Correct.
Okay, very good. There is nothing which is at the same time permanent and impermanent.
Only the existent.
We just said just before that nothing can be permanent and impermanent because they are
No,
contradictory.
the phenomenon that is existent. That can be
Yes, phenomena.
either.
Yes, existent is permanent. So it's not
Mhm.
at the same time permanent and
Okay.
impermanent.
Right.
Good. Okay, very good.
Correct.
So now, do you agree that we found the common base between the two, different from different from permanent and impermanent? Yeah,
Sure.
like the
Yes.
apple.
Mhm.
The apple is impermanent, and the apple is different from permanent. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. So now we know that they are not contradictory because we have a common base.
Right.
So are they equivalent?
The impermanent and not permanent
Like impermanent and different from permanent. Yeah,
and
different from
different.
permanent is different from not permanent. Yeah, that's another debate.
The different part of permanent means that it's diverse phenomenon.
From permanent, exactly.
So in that respect, that's why I don't believe it's the 4P. But again, I'm quite early in that one. That's why I think they are contradictory and not 4P or 3P.
Contradictory. So it follows that the subject apple, we made a mistake, we made a boo-boo when we said that apple is at the same time impermanent and different from permanent.
No.
But if you said that they are contradictory, they have no common base. But
It's the
we
common,
found the
yeah,
common base.
contradictory doesn't have common base. You're right. Sorry.
No
I need to
problem.
study more. Sorry, I need
No
to.
problem. We are here for that, yeah.
So if
So
it's
we
diverse phenomenon,
yeah.
the answer is the diverse phenomenon. So in the
Yeah,
diverse.
diverse phenomenon, a phenomenon which is diverse from permanent,
Yes.
is the definition of different from permanent. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So a diverse
Okay.
phenomenon has different names or functions
Yes, or meanings. Yeah, exactly.
or
Yeah.
meanings. So the difference is the apple or, different type of apple, right? I mean, like,
Yes, exactly. Like golden apple, the golden.
yes, right.
Yeah, or red apple. They are impermanent and they are different from permanent. So
Exactly.
there are common bases between the two. So the
Right.
two are not contradictory. Yeah.
Correct, correct, correct.
Okay, so now we have three options left. They can be equivalent, 3P or 4P.
Let's shoot for 3P.
Well, yes, diverse phenomenon.
Because they are the neither
Yes, neither. We'll see that later.
exists. Okay, maybe it exists. Let's work. I mean, again, sorry. Like,
No problem. No problem.
no,
So it's okay.
Rocio, hope I'm helping you. I'm not distracting you. Sorry, let me know otherwise. I'm
Well,
open.
if I'm following correctly, it's we're comparing different from permanent and impermanent. And we
Yes.
found out that there is a common locus, which is an apple, because an apple is different from permanent. Is not is different from permanent. That is different from the term permanent. Permanent and apple are not the same, but an apple is a common locus because apple is also impermanent. But I
Yes.
cannot find something that is diverse phenomena from permanent and not impermanent.
Oh, really? You cannot find.
That,
Okay.
that is
for
so
instance,
something that is not permanent, but is not impermanence.
ah,
A
yes,
clock,
but
anything, because
yes,
anything is not the word impermanent.
yes, but here we are checking something, yeah, like different from permanent. It doesn't mean non-permanent. Yeah, it means different from permanent. That's very different. That's the case.
But
Yeah,
let's
like
put
for
Yes,
it that-
instance,
diverse phenomena from permanent.
yes, for instance,
What is a diverse phenomena from
from permanent,
permanent?
like for
Something that
instance,
is go ahead.
existent or uncompounded space or true cessations and so on. They are permanent, but they are different from permanent because they are not one. They exist and they are not one with
Mhm.
permanent.
Or like apple, golden apple, different types of apple, rotten
Yes,
apple,
exactly.
old
But this
apple, new apple,
in,
small apple,
yes, in this case,
No,
those apples are the common base. And Rocio
yeah,
was checking something which is different from permanent, but not impermanent.
which
Yeah.
which
Okay.
is
So that's why
which
you need
Truth.
yes, you need to find a phenomenon which is not impermanent, but still different from permanent.
like you said, which is a phenomena that nominally, that even if it's equivalent, is nominally diverse phenomena, which it would be existent or uncompounded space or
Yes,
analytical selflessness or selflessness.
yes. Or even the definition of permanent, like a
Mm.
phenomenon which is not momentary. It is
Mhm.
different from permanent because it is its definition, yeah? And still it
Okay.
is permanent.
Mhm.
So anything that cannot be split in parts or that cannot have diverse
Yes,
meanings.
yes, we could say yes. We could say that still they can have parts, like space and compounded space has parts, the directions, east, north, west, and so on, yeah? So they are like the space in the east, space in the west, they are parts of uncompounded space.
Mhm.
Very good. Okay. So we
But if it
can
has
choose.
parts, is
Yeah.
it permanent? That is not permanent, we said, if it has parts.
Yes, like we say, usually speaking, permanent phenomena can have parts.
As long as the parts are permanent.
Exactly, very good. Very
So-
good.
So I'm moving to something that is impermanent and different from permanent.
So
I'm
this is
sorry.
the common base and not different from permanent.
Yeah, we find out that it was uncompounded space.
Oh,
No, okay, so different from permanent. You know, the different from permanent, didn't we said that it is, you know, either uncompounded space or selflessness
yes.
or phenomena that is non-momentarily.
Yes, exactly. In this case, it is A, not B. It is different from permanent and it is not impermanent.
I'm looking for something that is B, not A.
Yeah, very
Which
good.
then can we use the definition of impermanence phenomena that is, this is my question, because if we're looking for something that is impermanent, we,
Yes.
you know, we end up only with common bases because an apple, a chair, a table, all that would be common bases. So then we need to use the definition phenomena that is momentarily changing. No, I'm not,
Okay.
or what?
So, because here we are looking for something which is impermanent and it is not different from permanent. But a phenomenon which is not momentary, is it different or not different from permanent? It is not, yeah?
Mhm.
It is not.
Moment. No.
A definendum and its definition are necessarily different, no?
That's true.
Ah,
And that's okay. Mm. So
so can
impermanence, the only
impermanent. Okay, so it follows that the subject impermanence is not different from permanent.
is not different from permanent. It is different from permanent.
It is, yes.
Oh, yeah, it is different from, so could it be then nothing?
Yes, there is nothing here, exactly.
So it's 4P
It's because
with nothing?
the two sections do not intersect.
Then
It's
it's not,
either or. You have
it,
the
We
it
could
cannot
say,
be.
yes, we could say if it is B, it's necessarily A. If it is impermanent, it's necessarily different from permanent. But if it is permanent, if it is different from permanent, it's not necessarily impermanent, like uncompounded space, true cessations, and so on. So if we have that configuration, it means 3P, no?
Yes,
If it
because
is one,
understand, can I say it
the other, yeah?
mathematically with sets? You have the, the existent and there's half of it is the permanent and the other one is the impermanent because
Yes.
it's either or, and those two do not intersect.
Yes, exactly.
The one which is impermanent can be diverse.
Exactly.
The permanent can have parts, but all of them, okay, both of them can be both, so both parts can have diverse and one.
Yes, exactly. If we compare, for instance, one and permanent, 4P. If we compare one and impermanent, 4P. If we compare different and permanent, we have 4P and so on.
Yes, so as long as those two spaces do not intersect, they cannot have a 4P. So it's a 3P.
Yes, so it's 3P, exactly. If it is impermanent, if it is B, if it is impermanent, it's necessarily different from permanent. But if it is different from permanent, it's not necessarily impermanent.
Yes.
Because it can be uncompounded space.
There is a common base, but this common base doesn't allow them to intersect. So as long as they don't intersect, you cannot have a 4P.
Because here we compare permanent and impermanent. So in that case, they are contradictory. But if we have impermanent and different from permanent, then different from permanent can be impermanent and it can be permanent.
Yes.
If it is different from permanent, yeah. If it is different from permanent, it can be impermanent, like apple.
Yes, but it cannot be both.
Be permanent. Yes, but it cannot be both. Yeah, it cannot be impermanent and permanent. Exactly.
I'm a little bit lost. I'm a little bit lost because I understand that it's 3P, but then why is apple? I thought that we had to find the common locus, and if there is a common locus, it has to be 4P, or am I incorrect?
It can be equivalent 3P or 4P. Yeah, it
Ah,
means
okay.
if you have common base, we discard contradictory.
Okay. Got
The
it.
common base is the whole set, and then the whole set has splits in two, that the two are not intersecting. There's variability here, there's variability here. So this variability here can actually be in both sides as a part of it, but not
Yes.
both.
Yes, but if we compare different from permanent and impermanent, so if it is different from permanent, it can be permanent and it can be impermanent.
True. That's what I'm saying,
Like
because there's a variability, both.
Yes.
Diversity, so in both.
Yes, exactly.
So you can check the diversities between the both, but you cannot find overlap between the two.
Yes.
That's what I said.
And in 3P, the what is neither has to be a non-existent. Non-existent.
Yeah, it depends. It depends. It depends on the items we compare. But here,
No,
if we say,
between
okay,
different, no, between the,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm going to the example between different
yes,
from
exactly.
permanent and
So
impermanent.
different from permanent and impermanent.
The only thing
neither? What is neither?
is it has to be. I'm conflicted because in my mind it has to be an impermanent and an non-existent, but is
So
a
it
non.
follows,
Yeah, is
that
it
the subject permanent is not something which is none of them.
exactly?
Oh, it follows that the subject permanent is
Wait,
not
because
impermanent.
you're saying permanent. So now we're
Yes.
moving to permanent. Okay, let me
Yes,
focus on permanent.
It follows that the subject permanent is not impermanent. We agree.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and the subject permanent is not different from permanent.
It's not diverse phenomena from permanent. No, that's in some.
Exactly. So in that case, something which is none of them can exist. It can be permanent itself. Of course, you could put horned rabbit. Yeah, there's no issue with that. But still, you could put also permanent. That's the only existing thing, the only existing phenomenon that you can put in something which is none of them. Because
So
permanent is not
explain to me why different from permanent and permanent are contradictory, like are different, are contradictory.
Yes, because if we say something which is not different from permanent, either it is horned rabbit,
I'm sorry, I'm
Yeah.
lost. I'm lost
Yeah.
because now you're saying that something that is different from permanent, something that is different from permanent.
Yeah.
And permanent, they are contradictory.
Oh, really?
No, well, it's because this is my reasoning. We say
Yeah.
that different from permanent, and impermanent, they're 3P.
Yes.
And
very good.
something that is neither is permanent. That's
It can
correct.
be horned rabbit, but we could put also permanent.
Permanent. So that means that permanent is contradictory with impermanence because it is
yes.
something that is neither. So
Yes,
if it's,
it is not.
it's something that is not impermanent.
Yes, it is not impermanent, exactly.
But how, what my mind can't decipher is, how is it that different from permanent and permanent, oh, thank you, got it.
Yeah, permanent.
Different from permanent is and permanent are contradictory, are different,
So,
yes.
Yes, can we debate like this? Yeah, okay. It follows that the subject permanent is one with permanent.
Agree.
You accept?
Mhm.
Okay.
Accept.
Okay, it follows that the subject permanent is not different from permanent
Accept.
because it is one with permanent.
Accept.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so permanent is not different from permanent and it is not impermanent. So it is something which is none of them.
Mhm. Mhm.
Does it work?
I have a question though. A clarification. We said an existing phenomenon can be either permanent or non-permanent.
Accept.
However, something that is not existent is non-permanent.
Yes, it is neither. It is not permanent and it is not impermanent.
So that's why this category, I don't know if can you see it, it's actually bigger than the non-existent. So those two do not overlap.
Which
This is the
category is bigger?
So the non-permanent.
Non-permanent? Yes, exactly.
So
Exactly.
that's why, yeah, that's why, for example, you can use the horn of a rabbit in the non-permanent, but you cannot use it
Yes.
in the permanent because it's not,
Exactly.
and it's not a
Very
common
good.
base.
Very good. Yes. Likewise, non-permanent, you could put all the non-existent,
Right,
and you could put also all the impermanent phenomena as well.
right.
So that's why
Yeah,
not
that's
permanent.
what I have it outside
Yeah,
here.
very good. So that's why not permanent, it's much bigger than impermanent in one sense,
Right.
because it includes non-existent as well.
Thank God. Thank God, and yeah, because if everything was permanent, that we would not have. If the majority of things were permanent and not impermanent, there would be no motion.
Okay, so then now we can try a similar type of debate. It follows you can posit the difference between the two, not permanent and different from permanent. Oh,
Non-existent, existent.
so equivalent, contradictory, 3P, 4P, not permanent and different from permanent.
Is
That's a 4P because you can have both. They're
So the
overlapping.
contradictory.
No,
That
because
was,
they have a common space. There's
so
a
you can
common
posit a common base.
everything, yeah.
Everything.
Yeah, existent and non-existent is the common base, you know.
No, because if we say different from permanent, we have only phenomena which
Yeah,
are diverse
true.
from permanent. Yeah. So you cannot
But
put
still in the same
non-existent.
set. It's
So
the
you
still,
cannot put non-existent. Something which is at the same time different from permanent and not permanent. So you can choose only phenomena.
only phenomenon that is then okay.
Good.
Then it's contradictory because then you have there's not a common base. There's no common base because you
There's no common
include
base
the
between what and
no,
what?
because if you have the non-permanent has also part of it in the non-existent, which is not common base with the permanent.
Okay, let's debate like this. We will debate, and then you will be.
Okay, sorry, Refio, go.
I
But
have a
let's
question.
see your
I have a question, and I think poor Christopher, because he's dealing with two minds that are like Maria is talking about her thing, and I'm talking about my thing, and there's like
I give you all the
there's
space,
no
Refio.
whatever
I'm not talking.
you're thinking. Like anyway, so poor Christopher. So my question is: the previous debate was different from permanent and impermanent, and
Yes.
this one is different from permanent and not impermanent.
Yeah. Not permanent. Not permanent.
No, yeah, not permanent. So
Yes.
tell me what's the difference here between debating. It is okay. So there's two differences. In the first one, we first established like different from permanent and impermanent.
Yeah.
Different from permanent and impermanent. And in this second one, we are debating different from permanent with not permanent.
Yes.
Why is it different? And not permanent, I want to think it's impermanent or not.
That's the point.
Okay,
That's the
but
point.
is there,
That's exactly
well,
the point.
yes. So, but my first question is the position of, in the debate structure, is the position of different from phenomena changes it from being the first one, different from phenomena and impermanent, to being the second one, to not permanent and different from permanent? Like if we had impermanent and different from permanent as a debate, would that be different than, so okay, again, starts from zero. Is the structure of a debate different from permanent and impermanent? Is that completely a different story than impermanent and different from permanent? It would
Oh,
give
no,
us,
no. If we
it would
have
be this,
different from permanent and impermanent, or
no,
impermanent and different from permanent, same.
oh, okay, so which one is first, it does, is not,
Yes, exactly.
okay,
Yes.
that was
Yes.
my first question, okay? So
Good.
then here we are trying to figure not permanent and some,
Yes.
then you have asked, and this is my card, my bingo, my card. You have always said that we can clarify. So tell me what you mean by not permanent.
So, we need to use in logic the law of contradiction. Either it is A or not A. Either it is blue or not blue. Yeah, so either it is permanent or not permanent.
Hmm?
Yeah, good. So now you need to check what is the list of not permanent. Does it include only impermanent phenomena? No. You could add horned rabbit, blue unicorn, and so on. Yeah? So that's why there is a huge difference between different from permanent and not permanent.
So you say that not permanent can be a non-existent?
Yeah, if it is not permanent, because not permanent itself exists. Yeah, not permanent. It exists. But if it is not permanent, it doesn't necessarily exist. Very good. Yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
and then within each set, whether it's permanent or non-permanent, there's also diverse phenomena. So that's
Yes.
the different. So there's different across different sets, but there's also diverse within.
Yes.
So a
So that's
permanent
why
can be diverse,
you need to
and a
check
non-permanent can
4P,
be.
3P. Yeah, that's the way. That's the way to answer. Yeah.
But
Because
no,
you
no,
can say,
this is
yeah,
important for me.
there are many
The diverse.
subsets and so on.
So there's difference between the two. There's difference within, and of course the set that is outside. So there are
Yes.
4 different differences.
Okay, so 4P. So that's the
I think
answer.
so.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
4P for Maria. Maybe Rocio would say 3,
I'm still thinking about it.
5.
Maria SP.
It is not.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Yes, within, when it is within itself, it's neither A nor B. It's either A or B, but it can be by both neither A or nor B, because it's diverse in one and diverse in the other, but they are,
So 4P. Okay.
I would go with 3P.
3P for Rocio.
No, wait, I'm
Okay.
still in the process. I'm still in the process.
So in both
different from-
cases, 3P or 4P, do you agree with me if I say in each case you find a common base? 3P or 4P, you necessarily have a common base, yeah?
Yes,
Okay, what could it be?
impermanent.
Impermanent. Okay.
Impermanence.
It follows that the subject impermanent is not permanent.
Eat, impermanent. Yes, accept.
Yes, exactly.
Very
Yeah.
sorry. I wanted to complicate things.
The subject impermanent is not permanent because?
Because it's momentarily changing.
Exactly, very good. It follows that if it is momentarily changing, it's necessarily not permanent.
Accept.
Okay, so now we are sure that impermanent is not permanent. Okay, so it follows that the subject impermanent is different from permanent.
Accept.
Yes, it is different from permanent because?
Because it's momentarily changing.
Yes, it follows that if it is momentarily
Because it's a
changing.
phenomena that is momentarily changing.
Yes, 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 we could say that if it is momentarily changing, it's necessarily a phenomenon anyway. Yeah, so
Okay.
very good. So if it is momentarily changing, it's necessarily different from permanent.
Accept.
Okay, so we have a common base. Okay, yes, we can add many common bases between the two. Yeah, apple,
So we
table,
need to find
person.
right now. So we
So there are
in
only
order,
common base. Yeah,
if we
yeah, do
if
you agree?
yes,
Okay, very good.
if we are trying to figure, so we found a common base, and if we are
Yes,
trying to figure out if it's 3p or 4p, in this particular case, we need to find something that is different from permanent, but not permanent.
yes,
And we said that it cannot be impermanent because impermanent is a common base. So we need something that is different from permanent,
but
diverse.
not permanent.
Uh-huh.
The horn of a rabbit.
But we cannot compare horns of a rabbit because they're
Yes,
not
we can.
existing.
Exactly, but they
Yes,
are not.
so
But
we-
it is
not
no.
so
But
permanent.
just to be
the common
sure,
base is
just to be sure
impermanent.
that we are looking A, not B, yeah? Different from permanent, which is not permanent, yeah? Yeah, so try to be sure what we are looking for, yeah? We are checking A, not B, because A and B, we found it, yeah? Apple, table, impermanent, and so on, yeah? So now we are looking different from permanent, which is not permanent.
I have the hunch feeling, which is not reasoning, which is exactly contrary to being reasonable, that something that is different from permanent has to be something that has to do with it.
Yeah, so like if we say, yeah, if we say something which is not permanent, what does it mean?
Not permanent is impermanent. No,
No.
not permanent is different from permanent.
It is permanent.
It is permanent.
Not permanent means permanent. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Double
Try to keep that
negation
in mind.
is so
But
double
different
no
from
is a
permanent.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so A, not B, we are looking for something which is different from permanent, and it is permanent. Yeah, it is not permanent. That's easy, no?
It's permanent.
Yeah,
It's
and
permanent.
it is different from permanent.
Yeah, because it's either definition and definiendum or some or verbally
So,
or.
So you mean the definition of permanent, like phenomenon which is not momentary? Yeah,
Oh.
that works. Or uncompounded space. Yeah, it is not permanent because it is
Uncompound space.
because it is permanent.
It's permanent.
So it follows that if it is permanent, it's necessarily not permanent. Because if we have a double negation, we have an affirmation, yeah?
Mhm.
If we say not permanent, then we have permanent. Do you agree with that?
Yes, but permanent can be diverse.
Exactly. So that's why here we can have different from permanent, which is
Mhm.
permanent. Like for
Yes.
instance, uncompounded space. Uncompounded space is permanent, so it is not permanent, and it is different from permanent.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you agree? Yeah.
Yes.
So it is A and not B.
Okay.
Okay. Very good. That's the first step, yeah. And the third, so that's the second step because the first step is the common base, A and B. Now we have A, not B, yeah. Now we check B, not A. What can it be?
You said uncompounded space.
No, uncompounded space was A, not B. Different from permanent and not permanent.
No, different from permanent is A.
Yes, sorry.
Okay, different from permanent is A and not permanent is B. And we say
Yes.
that B, we said B, not permanent, is some, it could be an impermanent or it can be something that doesn't exist.
Yes, very good.
Okay.
So that's why here, if we check B, not A, something which is not permanent, and it is not different from permanent.
And we said that, we already said that, different from permanent. Oh. We already said that. Different from permanent is uncompounded space.
Yes, but here we are checking B, not A, not permanent, which is not A, which is not different from permanent.
We said impermanent, or it's an illustration or something that doesn't exist.
Yes, but if we use impermanent, that would be an issue, yeah? If we say something with impermanent, it's already something which is a common base. Yeah.
But if we for this B, not permanent, if we use the illustration of something that doesn't exist, not permanent could be a horn of a rabbit. We said
Yes.
the horn of a rabbit cannot be compared because it's not diverse phenomena.
Yes, horned rabbit is always used as a negation. Yeah, horned rabbit is not permanent because it doesn't exist. And horned rabbit is not different from permanent because it doesn't exist. So it is something, none of them, yeah, it is B and not A. That's the only possibility, because if we use impermanent phenomena,
Is different from permanent.
yes, it's necessarily different, exactly.
So then impermanence could be the common locus.
Exactly, has to be.
Has to be, okay. Impermanent has to be the common locus. So now we're looking for something that is different from permanent and is not impermanence.
No.
Yes
Something.
or no?
Yeah, we had A and B, yeah, impermanent, apple, table, and so on. Then we have A, not B. We had different from permanent, which is not permanent. Yeah.
It's
So
on compound
any,
space.
yes, any permanent phenomena which are not permanent itself, the name permanent. Yeah.
Oh, so on compound space. But then what is neither?
So what is neither? What is not different from permanent and not permanent?
Not permanent is permanent.
The word
Yes,
permanent.
okay.
The
Yes,
word
permanent itself. Only permanent. Only that can go in that case, not A, not B.
Okay, I feel like sweating, okay? Like literally. But you know what? It was good that I was at some point completely fried. I was like, I can't anymore. And then I could. Not very well.
Yes. Wow,
Yeah.
fantastic.
Very interesting. Thank you.
Fantastic, really. You did very great job, yeah. So we will try next time to enter into phenomena, what means to exist. So of course we can have a few exercises to confirm what we saw today, like not permanent and different from permanent and so on. That's very useful for the other debates that we could have. And we will try to see what means to be impermanent, what means to be permanent. Then when we are sure about that, it will be, you could use that for any type of philosophy in Buddhism. They will all accept that. Permanent, impermanent, existent, non-existent, and so on. So it's very useful for the Madhyamaka after as well, yeah? Okay.
So you want us, if the next class is about what it means to exist, you want us to study what exists,
check.
the divisions, permanent and
Exactly.
impermanent,
You can check
matter, consciousness, non-associated.
or maybe just the chart that I already sent. I will send it again. The chart with established base and its equivalent, then permanent and its equivalent, functioning thing and its equivalent. Then we will debate about that. Yeah.
So equivalence.
You don't need to know all the definitions. Just to see the chart. Then slowly we will get familiarized. Yeah.
And is it 2 o'clock Central European time? I'm in Switzerland, so I'm missing.
Yes.
I'm continuously losing the time.
Yes, it's important to check when you put on Google, you put the time in IST, then you click and it will give you the correct time in your location.
Okay.
It's very useful. That's what I do every time.
I'm always
Thank you.
nervous, Maria. The same thing. I'm like checking 70 times before. Because I missed some because of the time. So now I'm
Okay.
what time is it? What time is it?
Okay, so maybe on Monday, if you wish, we can have some debate club. We will try to check that. So that's the same. You can check the time, which is written in IST, and you check on Google. which
Mondays
time
I
it is.
cannot. I'm a working person. I cannot
Oh,
Monday.
but
Okay.
so right now with the classes start at 6:30 and the debate and the other one starts at 5, isn't it? The Monday ones.
It seems to be so. Yeah, we can check what Apollina G put, on the WhatsApp.
Okay.
And then we can
Yeah,
double
she
check.
did. She did.
Yeah,
Thank you.
okay. Very good. Thank you so much for the sake of all the beings, and it was great. Really, really, we can go step by step, peacefully, and that's the best way to do so. Okay, thank you.
I
Take
have
care.
a
Yes.
question for Maria. Maria, did you feel the same way that I was feeling, that you had your own conversation and I had my own conversation?
I have to apologize honestly because I'm new in that one. I really want to help and not intrude. So I'm very cautious. If there's something I'm not helping, just let me know. I have a very constructive mindset. So what I'm trying to do is to help in the discussion, not to interfere, but put my structure. I'm, very structured. So that's why I use, in my mind, I put like sets and, and that's why I was trying to say that and I'll show you, trying to help you move together, not trying to do things in
Oh, no,
parallel.
you know what? No, then it was my impression, because I was so like focused on anyway. Thank you. Yes.
But
Okay.
please let me, if you think that I'm not helping, let me know. Christophe, you
No,
too as well. I'm trying really to.
It was
No problem.
it was not that. It was not that. It was just that I was very like, no, you were good. You were very good. Thank you.
It's just that we need to be sure which types of definitions we use. And if we are clear about the notions themselves, then the process of debate, how to compare phenomena with the subsets and so on, then everything should be clear. Yeah, slowly. It's made for that. It's not made to confuse us. Of course, sometimes the challenger tries to trick the defenders. It can happen. But otherwise, it's made to make things clear. Yeah, so let's try to do like this. My pleasure. See you next time. Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
so much.
Chaviji, for
Bye-bye.
your help. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Have a nice day.